Good morning.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Morning. Welcome to the Wellness Movement. And you are watching, I'm Julie with Balance Life with Julie. You're watching the Wellness Movement. And this is Spanglish World and H.E.R Network on Zingo TV channels 250, 251. Remember to download the app. It's in your app store. It's free. And Zingo TV is also available on Google Chromecast, Amazon Fire and Fire Sticks, Roku and Roku Sticks on all smart TVs from 2016 forward. Morning, Cass.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. It is like 30 degrees already.
It's true. I was just out there and it was pretty warm.
I am such a lover of this weather. Mm-hmm. Even though it's insanely hot and my hair's frizzy, I don't care. I love it.
Yes, mine is frizzy too. Mm-hmm. The struggle is
the
real.
Frizz. Yeah, that's
yes.
Okay. I'm not digging the chair that I'm sitting in, by the way. It's not mine. I'm borrowing it.
Which room are you in?
I am in the counseling room.
Oh.
So I'm kind of just borrowing this chair, and it's not set for my height or whatever, so I feel very strange. But I'll just deal with it.
Right.
I can handle it.
Sweet.
Yes. How's things?
Things are good, you know? I mean, I've got my little sidekick here.
I saw. Oh, pooped out already. That's what I would be doing if I did not have a job as well. Actually, on the way into work, I'm like, maybe I should call in sick. I don't know who I'd be calling myself.
You'd have to call yourself.
Yes, but I came into work. You're welcome, clients.
Well, imagine how many disappointed people there'd be, you know?
Yes, many. All
of them looking forward to their massage, and you just like crush their hopes and dreams.
I know. Which is why I'm in. So that's all good.
Awesome.
And it's not like we can go sit on a patio somewhere still.
You know, I have friends in California. They're like, what? You're still? Yeah, we're still.
I think everyone around the world is like, what's happened to Canada? We're just like, hello?
Ontario, man.
Yeah. Crazy times.
It is.
Oh, well.
But you got some new face furniture.
I did. I very much enjoyed going and getting new glasses because I've had my old ones for a couple of years.
Okay.
And my daughter and I both went in, and yeah, it's funny how you try on so many and you're like, and then you try on the one and you're like, oh.
It's just like dating.
I guess. That's been a while for me, so I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm guessing. I hear there's this thing called Tinder.
Oof.
I don't know. I have no idea. I've never done the online dating thing.
I have not either. And while it's clearly for a lot of people, I don't know that it's for me. I like that connection, that feeling of the energy. I don't know that I can get that from a picture and text. I don't know. I guess I should never say never, but.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
No.
You never, ever know.
No. So, well, I mean, I don't know how it's happening right now with COVID. Do people even meet?
I think
dating things?
I think they do. I don't know. Like, I rode my motorcycle up north last weekend just to get the motorcycle on the road and get used to being on the bike again, you know. And I was surprised at how much traffic there was. So,
that's crazy.
So I think people who are on Tinder are definitely meeting up.
All right.
That maybe was everybody who was going to do their Tinder meetups. That's probably the traffic I was hitting.
Well, people, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I get it. If you're lonely and single, All right. All right. I don't know what else to say. It's been a long road, people. So if you need to go out and meet some people, I give you permission. It's not maybe legal right now, but do it.
I don't know how much they're enforcing anything.
I throw my hands up at it. Honestly, I don't care anymore. Care to watch the news or pay attention, I suppose I should say. So I just look outside, and when the sun is shining, I know it's going to be a good day. And I just do my thing.
I think that's fair. I think that's probably smart,
Mm-hmm.
given the circumstances. I mean, worrying about the entire world, who's got the time?
Well, the entire world is all doing different things anyways.
Yeah. Or the mental bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we decided we were going to talk about the sauce.
And it's a perfect day to do that, considering this would be an ideal day to be on a patio having some drinky drinks.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know, the next time we see each other on a patio, I mean, I don't really do the drinky drink anymore.
Mm-hmm. You can still have a non-saucy drinky drink.
Yeah, I'll have something like fizzy. I was thinking about it, you know.
It's really just the ambiance of being out on the patio.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when COVID first started, we were in lockdown and then we came out of lockdown. And it was probably around this time last year, we managed to scoop a seat on the patio.
Yes.
And for that brief moment, life felt normal. The music was playing, the sun was shining, we were in dresses.
It was hot as hell.
We had melted to the seats. But it felt like good. And then we could see all the people going into the mall with like face masks and gloves, and it was weird. But it was nice. So I think when things open Friday, that's what I have heard. It's going to be pandemonium because people just want to get out of their homes and do something that they would kind of normally do, which is go and have a little drink on a patio somewhere. And I hope to support local businesses that have been shut down astronomically long.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes.
But it is going to be a bit chaotic. So it will be interesting to see how the patios handle it.
It's funny, we took the dogs for a walk yesterday, and I said to Michael, I said, I'm seeing people in this neighborhood I've never seen before.
Yep.
And he said, well, it could be new people moving into the neighborhood, or it could be the fact that everybody's home more, and now that the weather's nice, they're going, and like our boulevard is like a circular thing, and so a lot of people walk the boulevard. It takes about, for me, it takes about 23 minutes to briskly walk from one big round circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people do it. And so I was like, yeah, I'm seeing people that I've never seen before. And he's like, yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Home more. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I live right down by the lake, and there's a beautiful park down there, and it is packed most of the time. And when I say packed, like you cannot find a parking spot.
Wow.
People seem to be socially distancing when they're down there. It's always been fairly busy in the summertime because people go down and they barbecue, and it's a really nice park. There's a splash pad for kids. There's a park area. There's the beach. So it's a really nice area, but even more so, it is busy. So I think just people are sick of the four walls that they've been confined to for so long.
Yeah.
That now the nice weather is here, they're just like, I'm out, which is fantastic. Because let's face it, exercise in any form is great. Mm-hmm. Walking is wonderful. And just being out in the fresh air, because our immune system needs it, people. Like we need to ramp up.
What they don't talk about in the press conferences is get outside, get some exercise, get some fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to be talking about alcohol, but I think the big thing that most politicians have been going on and on and on about is that they don't want the hospitals to be overwhelmed with COVID cases.
Right.
But what do they think is going to happen when you force people to stay inside for so long and their immune system is now incredibly depleted, and then you just open everything up and everyone goes back to normal? What do you think is going to happen? People are going to get sick and they're going to rush to the hospital because they'll worry that it's COVID or something else. And then the ICUs in the hospitals are going to be overrun. Duh. Like, huh?
Why are we politicians?
I have a conscience and a soul, and I believe you do. So that's probably the first reason we're not.
Yes. There's this pesky thing called ethics.
Yes. And I think the other thing is that logic and reason would be our main platform. Mm-hmm. Honesty.
Yes, integrity.
Yes. And I will say this, like, it can't be easy being a politician because you've always got people saying, yo, here's $100 grand, just pass this, right? And at some point, life that's how all like gangsters and like weird people are, like just like, oh guy, come on. So I think there's some of that. And I mean, no one could anticipate that we were going to have this big pandemic. So it's been tricky for politicians. We're never going to please everyone.
Not exactly. There was a talk that was given in 2008 that actually predicted this pandemic.
This particular one? Or just a pandemic in general?
Because, well, I mean, so, you know, I know there's people who think this was created in a lab, but even if it was created in a lab, it originated in an animal. And so there's been a pattern. Like if you look back at the last 20 years since SARS, there's a pattern of where these viruses come from. And so the talk in 2008 actually predicted this exact circumstance of, you know, lockdown after lockdown and what that would look like and what, you know, society would look. I mean, it is, I listened to this talk in March of 2020. March of 2020 was when I came across this talk. It was given by Dr. Greger. And he used to be in infectious diseases prior to him not launching nutritionfacts.org. And so, you know, he has no financial incentive to be doing these kinds of talks. It's not like, you know, I mean, Dr. Greger is one of those speakers that if you pay him money to do a talk, he'll donate it to charity. Mm-hmm. So he's not like a lot of people on the speaking circuit who do these talks and they're being paid a lot of money to, you know, say whatever their agenda is, right? And so he did this whole talk on infectious diseases and where they all originated. Everything from the common cold and the flu and the whooping cough and chicken pox and all of this stuff. And here's the fun, true story. They all originate in animals. Mm-hmm. Every last one of them. And so one of the reasons he gave that talk was that animal agriculture, and even during this pandemic, animal agriculture is doubling down, right? Like like in China, they're building high rises that have pigs in them.
Right.
And so when you mass breed animals in very stressful, confined conditions, because you have to remember, animals also have an immune system, just like we have an immune system. Mm-hmm. What happens when we get stressed? Our immune system becomes suppressed, right? That's when we become susceptible to bacteria and viruses. And so, you know, part of keeping your immune system healthy is some of the things we've talked about: exercise, getting outside, managing stress, eating healthy. That doesn't include McDonald's. And so, so basically in the talk, Dr. Greger goes over like the danger that animal agriculture presents to the entire planet, because it's only a matter of time before one of these viruses mutates in such a way and becomes like it becomes easy for that virus to spread from animal to animal and then eventually make that leap from animal to human, right? And then it can mutate, and that's what we've seen in the last year, is we've seen strains and variants, and but that's what viruses do, right? So you
Exactly.
so if you want to really attack the problem at a foundational level, you have to get rid of the source, and the source is animal agriculture, which, you know, the meat and the dairy industry don't like to hear that, because they get billions of dollars in subsidies, and they want to run their business as usual. And it's like, the business as usual is very risky for the entire planet.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we've had SARS and MERS and Ebola and H1N1, H5N9. Even in this last year and a half, there have been other viruses that have come from chicken farms, pig farms. It's just that they haven't been as contagious as what COVID has been. But again, it's a gamble, right? It's a gamble. How lucky do you feel?
Like, who knows? Although I will say, so we're what, a year and a bit into COVID?
Yeah.
And knock on wood, I've been dealing with the public most of this time and have been fine. And I think that is because I take care of myself. I look after my immune system. I'm actually fortunate that I get to work with the public. That's how I see it, because I am being exposed to COVID, to different strains of things that are coming from people, just in general.
Yeah.
Because the flu hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like the same things are still out there. We're just not being allowed to count them right now. So I find I'm very fortunate. People are often like, oh, how do you work with public right now? And I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
I think I'm in a much better position than anyone that's been forced to stay at home.
Yeah.
And has been led to believe that this is so severe that they should be staying inside and covering up and wearing a hazmat suit. And so I am grateful in that regard that I get to be out there. Yeah. Because your immune system can't work if it's not exposed to things.
Well, I mean, when you have a newborn, that's basically how a newborn develops their immune system, is by being exposed to the environment.
Right.
But I mean, when I used to teach yoga classes, I mean, my last cold officially was in January of 2014. You know, I haven't been sick or had anything since then. But when I used to teach yoga classes, I would have these packed classes, 40 to 60 people. I would always do hands-on adjustment, because back in the day, that was how I learned. And so I was touching people, but I never got anything ever. And again, it goes back to healthy habits. I think the conversation that no public official has really had is the role that an individual has in the agency they have in their own personal health. That responsibility. That responsibility has now basically been co-opted, and it's like, stay home, be fearful, and we'll give you a shot, and that'll take care of it. But now here's the thing with the shot: you got to get more shots, right?
And the
so
shot.
Where's the personal responsibility in that? Where's the where's the agency? Where's the stop going to McDonald's and eat a piece of fruit? You know, that's the thing that I kind of go, well, you know, basically we're turning people into helpless zombies.
Absolutely. Because it's financially much better off for big pharma and things like that to continuously keep us in that position.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But anyway, For anyone
we're gonna need a drink of alcohol after that conversation.
This is not vodka, it's water. But I was gonna say, like, anybody who wants to look up that talk, look up Dr. Greger infectious diseases, and it should probably pull up on YouTube. It was a talk done in 2008. You can tell because he looks younger. He's still bald, but he's younger.
Right.
So it's funny because, like, yeah, I remember watching that talk the first time, and him predicting what we're going through right now is near towards the end of the talk, because he goes over like the history of these different viruses that we think of as normal, right? The cold virus, the flu virus, chicken pox, all of these things that are now just, but it comes from humanity's exposure to these different animals, and also the conditions in which they keep those animals. Even AIDS came from animals. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. You know, not stuff that I think is common knowledge for most people.
No.
But
no, I don't think so.
I think it's worth it to kind of like dig under the surface and see like where stuff, because once you understand, then it's a lot easier to make changes, right?
Well, absolutely. Oops. I don't think most people do. I know I haven't sat down and gone, let me study where measles originated from. I just know what it is, what it does, and that's as far as it went.
But also the shot you get. Right?
Yep.
So yeah, we're all about the shots, aren't we, Harley?
I do. I mean, I think there's like 72 inoculations now that children are subjected to from birth to like when they're 18. And I'm not by any means an anti-vaxxer. I think Western medicine has done some great things, but I'm very leery of these new things that they start to come out with. So that's where I'm starting to draw the line now.
Yeah.
And it's funny that, 2, maybe 3 years ago now, you and I did a little skit about that magic little pill. And now, unfortunately, that's the world we live in, where that's what people want. Just give me that quick thing. Give me that thing to get rid of my belly fat and tone my abs. Okay.
I feel like we should like redo that video or send it back out there into the ether.
Yes.
Well, I wish we had more time.
We have 2 weeks from now.
We got to wrap it up. So check it out. This show can be heard on Spanglish Radio Network. Her network is part of Spanglish World Media. And check out spanglishworld.ca for all news and programming. Spanglish World. Watch it, hear it, read it, download it, and live it.